It was 5 years ago where the Superintendents Association pulled some superintendents from different schools, Knox being one, to talk about how do we incorporate more technology into students' education, realizing that there's an important missing piece in preparing the kids for the future. So at that time we attended some meetings and tried to discuss about what does this look like, incorporating technology, how do we make districts able to do this on a budget that they already have. So GoShareMO was started in 2016, and it incorporates several schools around the state of Missouri, right now 9 schools, that are doing like things with Apple technology. So all these schools have a one-to-one technology initiative. How do we, how do we take that technology and not make it about the technology, but help teachers transform learning, but also prepare the kids for the future at the same time. So a lot of discussions. Then we come to find out there's a lot of great things going around in different schools. But unless you're told or you get to see those things, then pretty much teachers are isolated in their building and don't have the time to explore new things.
My husband actually is a teacher in our district, so we came together and we were visiting on the way down here this morning, and I felt like Dr. Landis's thing, it's so exciting, like what he was talking about, and just that reality of this turning point that we're at, but it's so heavy as an educator and as an administrator. And so it's just, I don't know, it's just mind-blowing to think of where you can take your kids and the responsibility you have to take them there with this, that's this turning point that we're at. So it's exciting, it's scary, it's overwhelming, but it's just something that teachers before us, administrators before us have never had an opportunity to do.
So GoShareMO exists as a platform for people to be able to see great things that are happening out there that they can adopt, or even share great things that they're doing in their classroom. So it's kind of like some of the best PD you can ever expose teachers to, because there's just phenomenal things. A teacher can go see another teacher do something with the same subject they teach, same grade level they teach. And there's nothing that creates a better connection.
Feeding into that, what can I take away from this to build upon, or to tell, to share, to do, so that's just been mostly exciting, but scary and overwhelming too.
But as the educator, to also jump in and do it with the kids, if we haven't done it before, it's super fun to kind of produce and create content with them that first time, which could be a little messy. And that's the mess is part of the fun of learning.
We have to think outside the box. If we're asking the students to think outside the box and be problem solvers, we need the adults to think outside the box and be problem solvers as well.
Visual and media literacy is as important as any of our literacies: reading, writing, math, science. And so we have to embrace that. And the way that I found in the last 13 years, students have really become media literate, is to create their own media. And it doesn't matter the device, and it doesn't matter the practice or the project. It's the fact of creation. And so to jump in and just create content, find one lesson that you've done the same way your entire career and turn it into a video, or turn it into a social media project. Or I've had teachers find their most boring lesson or unit that they have to cover, and they're like, let's find a way to make it, let's jazz it up by doing some videos for it. And they found it to be, obviously, it's much more fun, and they get through the content still.
If they don't know how to support each other, then it makes it really hard to build this initiative. And that's why the Symposium is built around, we're providing best practices not only for teachers, but administrators, how to be a leader in your building with technology, how to be a leader in your building with best practices, and the same with IT. How do you best support those teachers and what they do? How do you support the students in an environment where technology is a huge part of what they do every day?
So I've traveled the world doing presentations, and I've never been to rural Missouri. This is my first trip. You want your students to understand how to create a cell in science. You want them to understand Tom Sawyer. So have them become the expert of that book. And think of things an expert would know about that book. And have them partner experts.
You know, we could have probably, the adults could have probably stayed home, and our students could have handled it just beautifully. We have great students, and they can do great things, and I think the visiting schools here are noticing that. And if I had to sit here and say what sets this symposium apart from the other ones, it's our students. They're doing a variety of things, helping people if they have questions or need navigating on an iPad or navigating around the building. They're introducing every single speaker in each classroom that is presenting. We have a 12-year-old student emceeing the whole event.
I'm Colin Hayes. I'm 12 years old. I'm going into 7th grade. I'm the MC, or the Master of Ceremonies. I thought it was really cool to get the opportunity. I said yes on the spot. I introduced some of our speakers and tell times and all that. They made a keynote that has most of my lines in it, but some of it just little notes I can just memorize, write them down on paper. Yeah, some of it is pretty familiar when they talk about some of the apps we use in school. Welcome to the 2018 GoShareMO Symposium. My name is Colin Hayes, and I'm a 7th grader here in Knox County. I'll be your MC for this event.
Not only that, people are walking around the building and they're seeing student projects, things they've created, whether it's in our shop class or whether it's in our print shop. We've got schools saying, can we order stuff through Knox County? And it's like, so now it's like, we start the school year, we're already going to have some orders for some metal projects, some vinyl projects, and it's all because our students were here and people are. The biggest takeaway from this year's symposium is the last two symposiums. 2 years ago was at Joplin High School, very big school, a lot of students. And then last year was at Pattonville, another very big school, a lot of students. One of the comments we heard the most those last 2 years was, if you think about the majority of your schools in the state of Missouri, the size of Knox County School District, when people are going to these symposiums, they're saying, yeah, that's fine, these big schools can make this happen. We can't do this in a small school. I think that's the biggest takeaway here, is the majority of the schools in the state of Missouri are our size. Here's how you can make it happen.
Like, just go for it, really. I mean, I think we could have sat on the fence all year for the next 2 years, like trying to decide, like, do we want to do this? Is this what's best for our kids? But like, just go for it and then figure out what's available to you. You know, we didn't know that GoShareMO, when we decided to go one-to-one, was going to be this close, but it's just been such a good opportunity. So no matter where it's at in Missouri, like, it's nice to have a team, and we've been able to go to the different breakout sessions. You go here and you go here, and then just visiting even over dinner and stuff last night, just about what you learn. So I think it's just been amazing to think what we can take from here, these little tidbits, and then how we're going to grow with it. So GoShareMO has been awesome for that purpose.